guy here, Ricky Pearsall, much anticipated. When the 49ers opened up the padded portion of camp on Monday, he did not participate in team drills. They said they'd evaluate how he felt that night, how he felt Tuesday morning, how his hamstring did, and then decide if he would participate in team drills today. He did participate in the 11-on-11 team period today. So how did the 49ers first round receiver look? I think good. I think the big question for them is going to be who is their third best receiver, right? Brandon Ayuk's not out there, really their fourth best receiver. Right now without Ayuk, who is their third best receiver? Right now without Ayuk, it's Jennings and it's Debo. So who's number three? I think the obvious first choice would be a veteran named Chris Conley. We know about Chris Conley. They know about Chris Conley. Here's what I can tell you about what Ricky Pearsall did today. There were three portions where the team went 11-on-11. 2 team periods and then a 2-minute drill period. The first period of team he participated in, they gave him the second period off. That was period 11. And then he did get some reps in period 12, which was the 2-minute portion. In period 10, so that's the first session of team drill, he got 7 reps, okay? And then he got 3 reps in period 12. So a total of 10 reps for Ricky Pearsall in the team portion today. What happened in those 10 reps? 3 of those plays were run plays. A couple of them he had the opportunity to block well into the play, and he did it. You know, I think if you're any of these rookie receivers, but especially if you're Pearsall, who knows Brandon Ayuk well, you've been watching tape, or at least you should be watching tape of Brandon Ayuk. And so the way that he blocked all the way through the end of the drill was very Ayuk-esque. I see somebody said volume low. I'll have to check that. Hopefully that's not the case, but nothing I can do about that right now. So he did block well into that play. He got, of those 10 plays, 7 of them were pass plays, and 2 of them he got targets. He had 1 catch over the middle. It was his second rep of team. It was the first target that he got. It was him against Darrell Luter. He got open. Luter made it hard for him to get open. He got open and made a really nice play on a ball that was behind him. He went up and kind of got it. He had an opportunity much later to make the same exact play, or at least a similar play. Didn't make it. Ball was up and behind him. You know, these are the contested catches, or at least the acrobatic kind of plus catches that everyone's become really accustomed to seeing Brandon Ayuk make. So it's part of the resume for Pearsall that he makes them in college. He made 1 difficult catch today and then dropped the ball. It would have been a plus catch. You know, the old receiver thing, it hits you in the hands. He had to go up and back over and did not make the play. Here's what I thought watching him on all 7 of those pass plays. He got open on all 7 of those pass plays. So I do think it's pretty realistic to look at him either without Ayuk or with Ayuk. With Ayuk, you'd say number 4. Without Ayuk, number 3. And say he's got a very good opportunity to be the 3rd best receiver of this group and the 4th best receiver when Ayuk comes back. It's what he's supposed to be, right? He's their first-round guy. I thought he was consistent in his team reps today. Didn't get a ton. Hopefully he'll get more as time goes on. Tariq Owen got some reps in team today. Caught a touchdown pass late. I know a lot of people will react to that. But he doesn't consistently get open. It's not fair to compare him to Ricky. I'm not comparing him to Ricky, but I knew when he caught a touchdown today that would be a talking point. And to me, there's not a comparison in terms of consistency. Watching Pearsall on every rep. Now, some of those reps are against zone. Some of those reps, he's the last guy in the progression. But he was open on at least a target. Doesn't mean WAO, as we like to say, wide ass open. But he was open on every single one of those reps. I'll take you through them. The second rep I told you was a catch. The third rep, he was blocking. Very good effort on the block against Isaac Yiadom all the way to the end of the play. The third rep against the number 1 defense, right? That's what you want to see. He was open, but the ball got thrown somewhere else. By the way, that catch that he made that I referenced was from Brandon Allen. The fifth rep against zone, he didn't get the ball, but he was, again, open. Sixth rep, zone, didn't get the ball. He was last in the progression. He was coming across the formation right to left. Everybody else was throwing Everybody else was moving out to the right. So I guess maybe eventually you would have got to him, but he really wasn't part of that place. That's why he was open there. His seventh rep was a rep in which the defense was giving him plenty of space, and he took it. He got open over the middle. He didn't get the ball. Had he gotten targeted, it would have been him and Malik Mustafa probably going at it in the air. And he and Mustafa had some good-natured talk back and forth. That was the end of that period. The second session, he was not a part of that, so I don't know. I mean, Kyle doesn't talk today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see. Does he get more reps tomorrow than he did today? Maybe they're still easing him a little bit. That's what it felt like to me because he basically was not. He sat out the entire second session of team, and then the 2 minute part of it, he got 3 reps there. The first rep was him against Yadam. This was like when you get to see Pearsall against the #1 defense, which you don't get to see with all the receivers, but you got to see Pearsall against the #1 defense against Yadam. Good little inside release move, and just created enough space that he made himself an available target on that play. Yadam's had a good camp, so that was a meaningful rep. The ball went to Kittle instead. The next rep that he got was a target where he got open on Darrell Luter. I mean, he got himself open on Luter again, high middle. That was the ball I talk about that we would say was a drop, and then a difficult play. It would have been a plus catch, but it also would have been, you go like, does Ayuk make that play? Yeah, I think he does. And then his 10th rep was him blocking on a run play. Actually, I said 2 minute. I think that was sorry. Forget the thing I said about 2 minute. I just misread my notes here. Those last 3 reps came before the 2 minute portion. So I've said 2 minute a couple times here. Ignore the 2 minute portion there. So I am interested to see if he gets more reps tomorrow. We know now that when it comes to team, he got 10 reps. So we'll see if how things look. We know the reps do tell us something about how the coaches feel. In terms of receivers, I think those are the headlines, right? We're talking like to me when I'm watching these guys, I'm watching guys that I think have a real shot. Is Ronnie Bell going to be a guy that finds himself back again on the active roster? He very well might, especially with Jacob Cowing now really having an uphill battle because maybe he'll be back next week from that hamstring. So we'll see. But I think they got out of Pearsall what they wanted to get out of Ricky Pearsall today, and there will have to just be some patience. Can he stay on the field? Can he go back to back practices with that hamstring? Will he do more tomorrow? Then they'll have an off day Thursday. Will he be healthy through the weekend? It's just a continuation. I think the lesson in everything Brock Purdy did last year was an example of it's just so much about patience. And for Pearsall, again, we don't know it, but the feeling I had today was they were protecting him a little bit, that's in line with the way they've operated before. So we'll have to watch again tomorrow. I do have to tell you, this is just a Ricky reaction here. But I do have to tell you that they hit a deep ball today in my face. They hit a go ball, not a chunk play, a go ball right in my face. They didn't do it for me, but it was Purdy to Debo, and it was a gorgeous throw and catch. It was on Isaac Yiadom and Jair Brown, so it was legit. Like, that counts. It was a 60-yard touchdown. It was down the left sideline, and it was very pretty. Was Brock great today? Was Brock bad today? Brock was fine. He did some weird stuff, threw a pick just like yesterday. You're like, whoa, why did he do that? Threw a couple more picks, threw I think 4 in total. I'll let you know when I think that it becomes a problem, but to me it just looked like football. So anyway, that's the Ricky Pearsall report. That's what we got. Drake Jackson won't be back for camp. I saw somebody ask that question. Drake Jackson will not be back for camp, but I thought today was what it was supposed to be for Ricky Pearsall. Promising. He's got a real shot to be what he's supposed to be, which is the 3rd best receiver when Brandon Ayuk's not here and the 4th best receiver when he is. And if consistently getting open is going to be one of his skills, which if today is an indication it is going to be one of his skills, then he's going to need a lot more practice time and a lot more target. If it's not going to be about explosives, right? If it's going to be about consistency, then yeah, he's going to have to be on the field, and hopefully he'll make some more plays and and we'll get to see if he can establish that he is a consistent player. Right? Tomorrow, does he make 3 catches and no drops, and then the next day, Friday, does he make 3 catches and no drops? Does he make the athletic play, but also the simple play? There were definitely times where he was open, and I'm watching from the sideline, going, "Throw him the ball. I want to see if he can make this play." Open sometimes means wide open, but open sometimes means he got a step. That's open. We got to step on Yadam. But Yadam's going to be, if that ball comes their way, Yadam's going to have a shot to make a play. What happens? So we get to see a lot of that with Jennings. Jennings is in that situation a lot where the quarterbacks trust him. They put it up to him. It's a 50-50 ball, and he gets to make a play. I see Michael just popped up how Danny Gray do today. He's practicing hard. I think he looks good. Like, his body looks good. His intensity is good. There were no splash plays, or even from a simple play standpoint, there wasn't a lot going on in team drill. So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. But I do have a close eye on Danny. When Danny's in a rep, I'm paying attention because he has not given up on himself. That much is definitely clear. What does the receiver group look like? All right. Well, it's wind just blew a door closed. It's Ayuk, it's Debo, it's Jennings. There's 3. Pearsall 4. I had Cowing written down as a maybe. This is going back to like post-draft, but now you'd have to take him off that list. Chris Conley 5. You can trust him on special teams, and you can trust him in games. And then maybe Ronnie Bell 6. Trent Taylor, trustworthy returner, trustworthy in the offense, practice squad. He'd probably accept Niners practice squad because he has a good relationship. So that would be my 6 right now. That'd be the 6. So comment I see says Jordan Mason to RB2. Let's see. Let's watch the games. I know there's been a lot of talk that he looks really good. I think Elijah Mitchell looks good too. I think when we get to games, preseason games, one of the questions for me is just one of the big questions going to be is Cody Schrader, can he block? Because he sure looks good when they throw him the ball. He can catch. He looks athletic in space, and we know that he runs hard. This was a very effective runner. Garendo is not around right now. So I would say that the Jordan Mason thing is something that it feels like a lot of people are into, that he has surpassed Elijah Mitchell. I was there. I saw what Kyle said yesterday. Not so fast. I tell you, Eric Saubert definitely looks like the number 2 tight end at this point, based on the reps that he gets and how he looks. And yes, Dominic Pooney is sure looking like the right guard. Maybe he'll end up in a rotation with John Feliciano. We'll see how quickly Spencer Burford comes back. So you hope for their sake that guard can go quickly from a position that lacks consistency to maybe a position of depth. It is eye-opening when Nick Bosa's on the field. They are a different team. I mean, you see it in practice. He wasn't out there yesterday. He was there today. When he's out there during the team period, it is an eye-opening difference. All right, that's what's up with Ricky Pearsall today. I'll be back tomorrow to see what's up with Ricky Pearsall and tell you more of what happened. Do the play-by-play breakdown on Brock Purdy. I think we're past that with him. That was part of the deal last year. I'm past it a little bit with him today. I'll tell you that the thing, though, that does show up now, back-to-back padded practices, this is not a surprise. It has been steadily happening. If you've been watching games, you don't need to be watching practice to know this. But Diamador Lenore is just becoming an excellent player, like a truly top-flight starting cornerback. That is happening. That has happened. And he just looks more confident and better, and he's a confident guy, and he's just a hell of a player. So I'm just looking down on my notes here. Was there anything else I wanted to share? I have a lot more notes, but I wanted to keep this quick and to Ricky P. So did not get to see kickoff return again today. Didn't get to see kickoff return. All right, but that's the Ricky Pearsall update. Hit subscribe. Appreciate that very much. Like this video. Sponsored by CIRCA Contest. Go check it out right now. Go to circasports.com and click on contests. The best football contests in the world. Sign up in Nevada. Play from anywhere. It's CIRCA Sports, CIRCA Survivor, and CIRCA million. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Again, appreciate it. Like that video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and hopefully the volume was okay. And I'm gonna end this now.